Hey folks, today is May 18th. We just had this trend trade print. As you guys can see here, it's yellow. Hopefully you can see that. Looks like we have a stop of, let's see, 65 up to 78, so a 13 tick stop. And our first profit target is way down here, so it's about double the size of our stop. Let's see here, from 34 up to, where's our entry? Alright, here it is, 34, say up to 64, so 30. Let's see if we can get filled. So a 13 stop with a 30 take profit. And again, the risk to reward on the trend trades is extremely good. And I talked to the vendor and he said that on these trades he oftentimes will leave the pending order in for at least 2 or 3 bars. So it's not the same with scalp trades where we expect a quick spike up or a quick spike down as seen here. So we can leave this open for a few bars and see if we get filled, because we do have this reversal line right here, and we have the high volume node that the market is touched multiple times here and couldn't break through it. So what we're expecting
Order
now
filled.
There's that. Let's go ahead and knock that out there. Now that we're in the trade, we'll go ahead and set this up. I'd really like to take something off a little early before we hit this buying level right here, because there's no telling if we're going to be able to push through this or not. So I want to take something off right here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move this down right there, and we'll move this down to right there.
CL scalp trade approaching.
And this will be my first time actually recording a trend trade from the beginning to the end. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here.
Target filled. CL scalp trade approaching.
Now let's see if we can get through this level here. And as you guys can see, we have a buying zone here, and we have a buying low volume node. And of course this is on the 2-minute chart, but we're gonna see if we can get past the high volume node on the 2-minute.
Trade approaching.
That might give us some problems here, but we are going to be using, like I said, the profit targets for the trend trader system. I just took out a little bit here just to be safe, and we're going to stop here a little bit. Just cut our risk down some.
CL scalp trade approaching.
Alright, let's go ahead and take a screenshot here for the room. And of course I'm just gonna move this down to break even +1. Alright guys, let me go ahead and pause it, and I'll be back with you guys once the market does something of interest here. It'll either continue pushing down or it'll come up here. Alright, be back shortly. Alright guys, I hate having to make a lower low here. As you can see, the market came down to this level once, twice, 3 times here, and I'm considering moving one of my stops up to this level. But you know what, we're going to just follow the pattern here. And actually, I didn't even notice it, but we have a trailing print right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not, but there's a trailing print right there, so we'll go ahead and pull this down. If we can break this level, hopefully we'll be able to continue pushing down. So that's the goal here, to get down past this 60.39 level and hopefully to close beneath it. Alright, let's see what we're able to do. Either way, we've already locked in an extra about 10 ticks here, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, we're now about 1 tick away from getting stopped out on this last set of contracts here. You can see market came up, and interestingly enough, now it looks like it's pushing back down. You never know what's going to happen here. Maybe we'll still be able to get this push. We have another print right here. Trailing stop print. I'm currently 1 tick above that. And again, over here on the 2-minute, it looks like we're having some issues getting through this high volume node on the 2-minute chart. So like I said, the trend trades, they do work extremely well. If you don't have anything blocking your way, they work better. But even if you do have something, you can definitely just take profit off at the levels of support or resistance that are going to be in your way. For example, here at 60.42, markets come down to this level multiple times, so I could have had the bulk of what I'm trying to get out right there and then just left one on. That might be the smart thing to do here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Markets come down to this level multiple times, hasn't been able to break it, so we're not going to take the chance of just losing out on all that profit. If the market gets down here, we'll go ahead and just take that. And we'll still have one runner just in case it decides to push further down. So we'll see if we get stopped out or if it comes down to our profit.
Approaching. Stop filled.
Alright guys, so a great trade here. Like I said, it's important to realize where those levels of support and resistance are going to be that are going to be basically blocking your way. For example, I could have, like I said, moved my stop down to right here, or excuse me, moved my take profit up to right here, since I knew that might be, or had the potential to be, kind of a little speed bump right here. And you can tell that based on this level here, the high volume node, we were going to be running right into it. So that was something I should have taken into account at 60.46, so right around this level. Anyway, still a great trade. Got in up here, market came down nicely, bounced off of this level of support, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. But at least you guys got to see what the market does with these trend trades. Market came up to the high volume node, got a print right out of it, and gave us a nice trade right here. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and
CL scalp trade approaching.
end the video there. And I'll hopefully be able to upload some new stuff a little bit later on in the week here. Alright guys, take care.